So the very next hand we pick up Jack nine suited. I like opening here because we just got three bet the hand before, so the likelihood of someone three betting us again here, lessens. We have a good hand that plays, well post flop. We're looking pretty strong opening under the gun as well, and we've got chips to play with, so why not use them? So I decided to open again 270, 2.25x as I've been doing. And the same guy decides, or same girl decides to three bet us again to 720. Um, this does look very strong from her on retrospect because three betting the same guy twice in a row, you know, most people at these stakes, I wouldn't say are capable of doing that light. Um, if she was light the first time and then strong this time, good for her. Um, but I felt like this is a good spot here to four bet. We've got the chips to do it, as I said again, and we're gonna show. Not that we're going to raising wars or anything, but we just want to create a dynamic where it shows we can't be messed with. We're under the gun here as well, so we should have a strong perceived range. So I decided to click it back here to 1555. Doesn't really need to be more than that to get the same job done. Um, and as I said, people at these stakes, I don't think they like three bet after three betting the same person, and they decide to shove it down our throat. So that didn't work out too well for us there, but we can safely fold our Jack nine, and know that this person had a hand because I don't think they would have shoved here very very light at all. But we'll just make a note again, this person is quite aggressive and willing to get it in. So anyway, we still have 5,600 trips after this. Still got just under 50 big blinds, which is fine. And so we move on to the next hand, where hopefully we don't get three bet again. We get Queen Jack off suit in the big blind, early position raise. Get an all-in of 20, just under 20 bigs. So an easy fold for us here with Queen Jack. And they both had hands. So played itself out. 7-6, just fold. 6-10 offsuit. I reckon if this was suited, I would probably isolate this guy here who's limping in, because that hand's a pretty shocking hand. If it was folded to us, I probably would have raised the button, which I've added to my game quite a lot lately, is opening, a lot of, very wide range on the button and late position when folded to, when I have a stack, and, the stacks behind me are, you can open into them quite comfortably without knowing you have to call them if you're raising light or get exposed, so they can see what you're doing. So obviously we do fold anyway. Blinds up now, 75, 150. Ante's got bigger as well. So now we are down to just below 40 big blinds. The guy on his left now decides to limp a 30 big blind stack. So I think this is a good spot to isolate. So when I isolate someone like this, limper, I like to make it 3x the big blind or just over. So that is what I do, just over, so 458. We get a three bet once again though. It looks like that's what's been happening in this whole video so far. This guy does look very strong though. I mean, he hasn't three bet yet at all. So, you have to give him credit here. Um, but at the same time, he might be thinking that I'm just isolating this guy light just because he's limped. Um, but it's difficult to assume that at this moment in time because um, this is a $16 tournament. It's hard to say that these people are thinking on this level. So you have to give them more credit than you would in higher buy-in tournaments. Um, the big blind decides to five bet, four bet jam, um, 20 bigs. So we can safely get away. The limper gets away. This guy, I guess, now is priced into calling with whatever he was. He should have a fairly strong range, but he doesn't. He's got 8 high, and he runs into pocket queens, and he's pretty much drawing dead on that flop. So make a note of that. This guy, seems pretty aggro. Um, it looks like he's capable of making moves, not necessarily the right ones. Maybe he got a bit unfortunate with the timing there. I mean, it probably would have worked on us. I'm not readless. I don't know if I would have shoved ace 10 off into him there with only playing one hand against him. So it probably would have worked, but the timing was a bit unfortunate for him. And then he was priced into calling this guy. But then again, if he's a thinking player, then he knows that if he's doing that move there, then he's going to have to call the shove. So he doesn't want to be doing it too light here. So yeah, he gets a nice little double up with pocket queens. We get a 7 offsuit now, in middle to late position. We've got just over 30 bigs. I think this is fine to open here. There's no one behind that we have to call. This guy is, I guess, a bit short. He's got a reshove stack. Everyone else is pretty deep, so I don't have a problem opening here. And the guy with the reshove stack decides to shove it down our throat. And we can safely fold a7. Again, we don't have any reads on this guy to think that a7 is ahead of his shoving range. He's been pretty tight so far. I guess he's waited for a good spot and he's found it now. So we can safely fold again. Back on 30 bigs now. Back on the grind. Oh, looks like my stack's gone up a bit. Did I play this hand here? Yeah, I mean, it's folded to me on the button again. Queen high. Again, a shove stack here. And this guy, made that one move with the 7-8. Other than that, he's been pretty quiet. So, seems like a good spot to open. And they both fold. 9-4, folding that. Queen 3. 6-3. Ace 9, earlier position. I think this is probably a fold here, yeah. Pocket 5's under the gun with 30 bigs. I think it's fine to open here. Again, we're getting a bit shallower here now. If we had about 25 bigs, I might even consider folding. This is probably the cutoff for what I would be opening these sorts of hands with, so about 30 bigs. So I do go ahead and open. And get folds all the way around, which is nice. Jack 4, King 9, Jack deuce. Blinds are up, 100, 200 now, so we are 23 big blinds deep. Again, playing the shallow short stack poker again. 7-5 is a nice hand to steal with, but with our chip stack, I'm looking to, again, for the shove spots like we were in the earlier level, and looking for good spots to open. I would prefer conserving my chips here, and wait for a better spot to open. 5-6 suited, same sort of thing, nice hand to open, but our chip stack's got a bit short, so I think we elect to fold here, yeah. Jack 3. King 10, once again, similar sort of situation as the other ones, very nice hand to open with. But with our stack getting a bit short, I prefer folding here. 23 bigs, just under 23 bigs. And again, waiting for better spots. King 10 offsuit. So it's folded to the guy in middle to late position. He's on a big stack. This is the person that 3-bet us a couple of times. So King 10 is a sort of hand I'd like to reshove into this person, because their range is probably pretty wide here. There are two other reshove stacks behind. Um, but at the same time, if it is folded to me here, I'm probably looking for the shove with a hand like King 10 offsuit. But the guy on his immediate left decides to take that play away from us, so we can do nothing but fold. And we would have run into aces, which is pretty standard for me. I would have flopped top pair and bricked everything else. But this guy, woke up with the perceived nuts as well there with ace 10 offsuit versus a big stack opener. Got in his ace 10 and ran into the monster. And so he's now out. Jack 3, not doing much here. Queen 4. Ace Queen. So we finally pick up a premium, considering our stack size, 20 bigs. So it's folded to us now in late position. We've got a 40 big blind stack, a 15, 16 big blind stack here, and another big stack in the big blind. I don't like shoving here. I like inducing with my hand here. I'm never folding ace queen unless it goes like I raise and this guy 3-bets, you get shove, shove. That's probably the only scenario I'm probably folding a hand like ace queen here. I min raise, as I have been doing so far. I normally make it about 2, at this level, make it 2.1 or 2.25. It really depends on what I've been doing consistently, but either's fine really. Min raising is also, of course, fine here. Hoping to induce some action, and we do. We get a 3-bet here in the big blinds to 1200, and this guy he's been pretty quiet, and I don't think he's ever light here, considering our chip stack is below 20 bigs. But we can do nothing but shove here for 20 bigs, and he calls off with pocket tens. So we're in a flip, and we get there because we run well. And that's some much needed chips there. We're up to 8,500. So once again, with a chip stack above 40 bigs, it was sort of yo-yoing between 40 and 20. That's how the tournament has been so far. So it folds to us with 3-7 suited. You could definitely open here again. Again, there's no one behind that you have to call. Yes, this guy's on 16 bigs, but you don't have to call him. You can keep the aggression up here. They're almost thinking, right, this guy's on a bit of a rush. He just won a massive pot, and now he's in the next hand again. So there's definitely, an argument for raising here with 40 bigs. I think I fold. Yes, I do. Just took one off, really. Definitely could have opened there, though. Pocket jacks. I think we're opening this. I'm not sure, though. So there we go. I'm back to my standard raise sizing, I guess, that I normally do, 2.25. I guess we should be keeping it the same because, we were min raising before, and now we're 2.25xing, so I'm not sure if that's really giving away any information because, we did min raise with ace queen, and now we've 2.25 with jacks. It's not that much of a difference really, but I think because our stack is a bit bigger now, we can afford to add this little extra bit on 2.25. So yeah, I go ahead and open jacks and get walks from the lovely people, which is a bit annoying. There you go. Jack 10 suited. I can't imagine I'm not opening here as well. I do. And get 3-bet here by this guy, Mr. 7-8 suited. So let's see, does it come back to me? It does. This is a bit different now because, earlier on we were in late position, so he might have thought, we were just, sort of light stealing from the other guy, but because the positions are different here, I'm under the gun, he is under the gun +1. This is a very strong looking move. I could I don't really like flanking here out of position here with the hand. I mean, it does play well post flop, but